Okay, yesterday was the last day of Cancer Bio, and we started going over cell cycle and stuff, and how cancer disrupts the cell cycle and pathways and stuff. And but prior to that, so in the last week I talked about how we were going into presentations. So we did presentations, and I presented mine on Helicobacter in its role in colon cancer, and I've often heard that inflammation and cancer are associated, but never really knew how. And so doing this paper, it was a very, very difficult paper to get through, but I felt very accomplished after we got through. Like, it makes so much sense. Like, it makes a lot of sense. We learned talk about SMAD3 deficiency and how it's like a transcription regulator and what it's involved in. What I found very interesting was that when Helicobacter, which is it's a typical, it's a bacteria that's found in your typical microflora and your gut. And so I found that, like, I thought it was interesting that when it's opportunistic though, so when it has an opportunity to try to has opportunity to grow and to take advantage of your immune system, is going to do that. And so this paper talked about how, like, mice that were SMAD3 deficient and were that were SMAD3 deficient and had no Helicobacter so SMAD3 deficient mice, and then they had mice that were Helicobacter free and Helicobacter infected. And so what we found out was when they were infected with Helicobacteria that they did develop colon cancer significantly, and they started growing tumors and stuff. I just found it to be so interesting because I was like, wow, like, I didn't know inflammation, and there was an increase in inflammation and prostaglandins and chemokines all involved in it, involved with inflammation were heightened. And that's something to be very interesting when we were reading the paper. It was good though. Another paper that I found to be interesting was the nitric oxide presentation. And there was another one, the salmonella. That was a hard paper to get through too when I was reading in class, but I found it to be interesting too. But the nitric oxide, that really shocked me. And especially because, like, we hear about these carcinogens and chemicals, and we just never really know what they're doing. But that definitely gave me insight into it. And Dr. Dan saw something very disturbing in class, that, like, when you eat your meat that's very, like, charcoal, like, you grill it and it gets burnt, and, like, a lot of people prefer the meat like that. I actually don't. But she was like, you're ingesting these carcinogens, then when they metabolize, that's how they become carcinogens. They become carcinogens. And she was like, and they'll start attaching themselves and, like, messing with your DNA bases and stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, cancer is literally everywhere. If anything this class has taught me that cancer is everywhere. In everything we do, in everything we eat. But yet, there's still a lot of people who are healthy. So it's just, it's just really confused. It really blows me. It really does. And then we talked about, we did a case study with this lady who had a long history of cancer in her background, breast cancer. And so when you hear breast cancer, you automatically think BRCA1, BRCA2 genes. That's what I thought. But in doing this case study, I didn't know that these actual tumor suppressor genes only accounted for about 5 to 10% of the of breast cancer. However, when you do have BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes, your risk of developing cancer goes from, like, a very, very low percentage to 50 and 80% greater. And I'm just like, these genes that aren't common, but when they are common, it's just they're strong. And I actually talked about how in another section of the website, I talked about Robin Roberts, all of us who know her from Good Morning America, and I talked about her, and there's a video too, and she talks about her fighting with cancer, but she has triple negative breast cancer, and triple negative breast cancer, so triple negative breast cancer is often associated with BRCA1, BRCA2, and so, like, she was worried she was going to have a double mastectomy, similar to what Angelina Jolie had, because she had, like, a long history of it too. But she actually tested negative for it, and she lived a very healthy lifestyle. She was very active, and so it was just random. And I think that's really what gets me about cancer. It's just random. Like, there's genetics involved in it, but it can also be very random. Like the kid I was telling you about, Caden, has no family history of cancer. Very healthy. Well, parents, sisters. He's a bigger brother on the way currently, and as far as I've been told, like, as I know, according to Instagram, is that he's very, very healthy too. And so it just really confuses me because I'm just like, gosh, it's not specific, but it's not selective and specific, but at the same time it is. It's just a very tricky disease to me. Tricky disease. And I don't know, it just blows me. But overall, I really, truly enjoy cancer biology. I actually, over the summer at the University of Miami, did some research in cancer, but it was a different point. I studied micronuclei and their association with cancer. And so I just think it's really cool to connect things that I learned in the lab, and things I learned in class, to connect them to lab and put them together. And that's one thing I definitely do like about Winston-Salem. I am graduating in May. It's bittersweet because I'm leaving Dr. Dance, and I've been in her lab since I was a sophomore. And thinking about it right now makes me want to cry, but I'm excited. Future goals, I've applied to graduate school to get a master's in medical science, just a little extra prep. I'm trying to make sure that I'm still kind of torn between PhD and MD PhD. I know. And so I just want to make sure that when I go to get an MD PhD that I'm very sure about it. So I'm going to enroll in this program just to see how I like it and moving forward. And I don't know if I really want to go in cancer. I think right now I still want to be a surgeon, but I think I am leaning towards maybe pediatrics. Like, that kid definitely left a soft spot in my heart. But I don't know. I have interest in cancer, but who knows. But yes, I just wanted to conclude this video. This is the last one. I loved cancer biology. It was difficult. It was a difficult course, but it was worth it. And thank you. Bye, guys.